Dogs are going to learn a lot about this group, and you're confident they're going to improve, and you've almost got instant results, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the coaches, and I just said that to the players, how they put in front of the group early in the week what we need to do. We had a 10-day break, which is huge at this time of year, to get some energy around some things, and our coaches set this game up really, really well, and most of the things that we planned for, we got in terms of from the opposition, around clearances and other parts of the game that we knew we had to be on for. In particular, Hayden Skipworth, he's incredible for our young players. We've got a young midfield against some really hardened players. I know Petrarca out hurts a lot for them. But Gawn and Oliver and Viney are exceptional midfield players, and we beat them in that area today, which is really hard to do. So, I was just really proud of our coaches today.
And do you feel like the team's taken another step forward in their growth? With Nick, obviously, he's been so dominant for the past month. The clamps were put on him, but you still find a way to, have a commitment to principle.
You have method and you have system, and then you hope that the talent takes you above those things. And Nick's taking us to new levels this year in centre bounces and other parts, and he got tagged heavily, and then he got a corky in his shin, so he'll be fine. But it's it's up to others to step up. Jack Cripps has had an amazing month, amongst others.
So is he in doubt for?
I wouldn't have thought so. No, if I'm just listening to his words, I'll be fine.
Braden also played a very good game, particularly coming into this game of all after last year's final. The emotion of that game and the fallout to that game.
Yeah.
What did you speak to him and the group about coming into this match?
Just being really grateful for what we have here. An opportunity to play on this day, this big meaning for some. He's had a lot going on this week. I won't share the details of it, but off the field it's been really hard for him, and so I'm sure he wanted to put on a good performance for the stuff that's happened outside of here. And he's a proud man, and he played exceptionally well, and we love him.
When you say stuff going off the field, do you mean that just?
I'll leave it. It's unfortunate. What's happened in his private life, but I'll leave it at that.
Fly, just with his on field, did you have to discuss with him pre-game to control the aggression, because they were clearly going to come for him, the crowd came for him, but he was really controlled?
Yeah, and it's what we want the whole group to be. We knew there'd be a response. They're a proud group. I know. Watching them from afar, you just go, geez, I'm worried what's coming. You just knew there would be a response, and so all week I didn't want to overplay it, but we had to be ready for what's coming. On the rebound, go back to their DNA around contest and those parts. So proud of us to stay in that moment and absorb it, accept what was coming, and then still play our way. It was a really pleasing start. You need to start well against a team that wants to come out breathing fire.
Do you think the crowd reaction was over the top? He was copping boos pretty much the whole game.
I thought they were cheers, mate. I only heard cheers.
I was going to say it's a system-based team, but how much better is the system when you have a target that, like Nathan Krug, was able to provide for you?
It was important, wasn't it? It was a really big game for him. He hasn't played much footy, Krug, in the last, it was over 400 days since he's played last, but he hasn't played much footy. He's been in and out and no continuity. And I know one thing you're going to get from Krug's is effort. And we're really pleased with that. We had a good system going forward. We had 8 or 9 individual goal kickers, and we kicked 14 goals this week. We've been averaging about 12, so parts of our system look well connected, I thought. Going inside 50 when we're slowed up, we scored well from those phases. So, Krug's played his role really well.
So many times when the game was in the balance, Melbourne would successfully find a Collingwood player in the clear with a turnover pass, right? How much of that is your system and your discipline and your pressure, and how much of that is you playing a side that's low on confidence?
It's hard to measure that. We can only look at what we're trying to do. You can see there was a real energy for them to go through the corridor, so we try to coach around, fill the corridor. When you get a little bit behind the scoreboard, we're a bit the same. Let's take more risk. So then with risk comes opportunity to turn over if we're ready for those things. I go back to my opening comments about what the coaches had set up for the players. We knew that this would come at some stage, that the way they would want to move the ball, so we trained it all week. So then there it is, and at 3/4 time, hey, here it comes again, be ready. So it's hard to measure the comment itself.
Can you let us in a little bit on the theme today, the Three Little Pigs theme?
How'd you get that?
Just heard about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did. You're going to come and huff and puff and try to blow your house down. That was it. Three Little Pigs, and we just want to make sure our house was made of bricks today. And and we went to work on not what Melbourne were going to do. It was about how we protect our house, keep it in order.
Harvey Harrison looks like
Good groundwork by you, Josh.
Harvey Harrison looks like he took another step again today. He really looks like he's developing.
Yeah, he's finding the AFL footy fun at the moment, and he's living in that in his 11th game, and he didn't perform at the level he did has been in last week, and he's a proud guy as well. He gets to work, and he's an important player, isn't he, at the minute, kicking goals for us.
Steel Sidebottom was had another solid performance today as well. He really enjoyed the occasion.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen Steel get off the ground like that. Couldn't quite kick the goal from outside 50 this day. So, no, we're pleased. We're pleased for Steel has been working hard at his craft, and we still think there's a little bit more life in those legs.
How important and I guess how symbolic was Chris frequently went up against Clayton Oliver and, just put him under pressure and had him doing a few undisciplined things at times.
Crispy's one of the best defensive players in the comp right now. He's pressure around the ball. He's been enormous, and he's running. He's just running on top of the ground and breaking out at centre bounces, and he's at the height of his game. He had a slow start of the season, and no coincidence that our team has started to play a bit better because of his performances.
Just the impact of Jeremy Howe, especially in the first 5 minutes, that really amazing smother on Fritsch when there were 2-3 Melbourne guys and led to a Collingwood goal. Really good game.
I thought for as good as we were, they didn't take their chances early. I don't want to undersell and think we had everything on our own plate today, but it was, there's some missed opportunities early in the game that could have tipped the scoreboard, in a different way. So we had to fight through that. There's a patch in the third quarter they dominated too, or they dominated territory, and then we held our nerve. It might have been the second quarter. Held our nerve. Didn't get scored against, and then we got a couple late, which helped us. It wasn't the scoreboard might not be a true reflection of how tight it was at times.
But just the impact of Jeremy Howe, though, just today, how did you see that? It seemed to be really integral to them.
Yeah, no, he was super today. We're looking at our forward line going, can we get Howie forward? But then there's a cost down back, and I thought it was his best game for the year for sure.
In your mind, what's the Collingwood house? What's that structure made out of?
Oh, it was just we went to work on our system, a defensive system. How we defend the ground, how we set up certain phases of the game, how we look at a contest, a balance around those things, and then some of our DNA stuff's attached to that. Nothing extraordinary.
Just overall, I mean, you got such a well-documented long injury list. I mean, how pleased are you that it's one loss in about 2 months with especially lately with that big injury list? How pleased just generally are you with your team to be able to withstand it and thrive today?
Yeah, today was a significant outcome. We've been working towards swimming against the current. I've said that before around our injury list, and there's no one coming back next week. This same group's had opportunities, and we've been fighting. We've been fighting, and we're maybe not quite good enough here or there in the last few games. And today was a better 4-quarter performance from some of those younger guys, and then our senior guys kept the glue together a bit more. It's been a tough period for us, and we're getting through it, and it's nice to get some nourishment today, which we didn't get last week. Thanks, guys. Thanks.